Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. So I want to talk to you about something that went down on the latest installment of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion. And it's quite interesting because you've got Mary Cosby, who only made appearances here and there throughout the season of the show, because she really, truly is done with these girls. She's over all the fighting. She's over all the drama. She's over the cameras. Not completely over, or else she would never be back, right? But I digress. So one of the storylines that Whitney had this season was that she was trying to make amends with Mary after making some very inflammatory comments against Mary and her husband. I think it was a radio show, a podcast, or something like that, where she basically said that they were predators or something like that. And obviously, Mary didn't take too kindly to what it is that Whitney said. They met up for dinner one time. A waitress spilled some food on Mary. Mary got pissed off at Whitney because Whitney kept on trying to deflect the conversation and place blame on Mary. She's like, I apologize for calling you a predator, but you were mean to me. Mary's like, you just don't get it. Like me saying, little petty things about you is completely different from you calling me and my husband predators. Okay. So now the two of them were face to face again on their reunion couch. And this time, Mary took things up a notch where she says that she believes that Whitney is a racist. Andy Cohen, the host, wanted to kind of clarify. He said, wait, you believe Whitney is racist? And Mary doubled down from her original tweet in 2023. And she said, yes, I do. 100% I do. All the girls in the room had their jaws on the floor. And of course, all the white girls said, no, I don't think she's racist. Sorry, but if you're not a person of color, your opinion on that doesn't really matter because you would not be a victim of her racism because you're white like she is. So shut up and let Mary or let Monica or other people of color there speak about this, So anyway, Lisa Barlow, usually I love Lisa and her over enunciation, but she was really driving me nuts because Mary tried to explain, listen, your religion is based on racism, okay, as it is. Mormonism claims that Black people are Black because their skin is cursed. They said that there's going to be two separate heavens. At least they're nice enough to send Black people to heaven, but there's going to be a separate heaven for Black people. And the Black people who make it in the white heaven, they're going to be servants there. That is racist. So if you believe in this, if you believe in this doctrine, if you believe in this religion, you fundamentally are racist, which I do think is a fair thing to say. I'm sorry, but if this is your core belief system that certain people or a certain color because of something negative like a curse and that they're born to serve you, and when they die, they'll serve you too, you are a racist. Okay. So I do agree with Mary on that. But then you've got Lisa Barlow just chirping in the background, claiming that it's not true, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm so happy that Heather stepped up and said, yes, it is true. We all know this. This is what this is based on and everything like that. Mary is not pulling this out of freaking thin air, So let me just get that direct quote because I do want to get to it. But before Heather stepped in to kind of, co-sign what it is that Mary was saying, Whitney says that it breaks her heart that Mary feels as though she's racist. And she's, she does say, listen, I was brought up in this religion. And although I am no longer a member of it, like this does have something to do with it. You know what I mean? So with Lisa Barlow in the background, it's like, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Heather says, yes, it is true. We have to acknowledge it in order to change it. And that the Mormon Church of today is trying to make efforts to have outreach and change that as well. And so I'm happy. And by the way, Whitney, even though Mary just called her a racist, she still said, yeah, it is true, Lisa. It is true. This is a part of the religion. So I'm happy that she stepped up with that. And then you've got Lisa panicking and in hardcore defense mode saying, oh, there's this Black Utah Jazz player who's Black and Mormon. Who cares? There's so many self-hating Black people who are racist as well, racist against themselves, racist against Black people. So to me saying, oh, this Black person agrees with this, it doesn't hold any weight. Still at the basis of your doctrine, of your religion, there is racism. Okay. So stop it with the deflection. Okay. Now Whitney also went on to say, I just want Mary to know, because that's a big accusation to make. And I am no longer a member of the Mormon Church. And that was part of my process. And so there, because she's no longer a member. She would like for us to leave the members of the Mormon church alone. But listen, Mormonism is a huge part. It's kind of like a background character in the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So I don't think Mormonism and its members will ever be left alone on the show. And I think it's actually really important that the show unveils a lot of what Mormonism is from these women's perspective and how it affects their lives. I think shunning and things like that, those are very interesting things that a lot of us are fascinated by and want to see how like people navigate that and everything. You know what I mean? And so I do want to say that I am proud of Whitney for acknowledging this part of her religion. I am proud of Heather for acknowledging this part of, her religion, or their former religion, I should say, and shame on Lisa for trying to shut down the truth and to overspeak and to say, oh, I don't think you're racist, or I don't think this is racist. Clearly, you don't know what racism is, Lisa. So shut the F up and sit there and, spray tan yourself orange some more and keep it moving. And so Whitney just wanted to clarify. Is there anything I have ever said to you? Is there anything I have ever done to you that is racist? And so Mary says, no, it's not something you can do or say. It's not something that you have done or said. It's just an action. It's a feeling. It's a vibe. And I understand Mary on this point because sometimes some people just give off certain vibes, and it's hard to explain, but they give off certain vibes. So I do get it. Do I get those vibes off of Whitney? No, I get the vibe of someone who just likes to antagonize people for camera time. She actually very much reminds me of Ashley Darby from the Real Housewives of Potomac in that perspective. But there are certain vibes that you need to feel in person and just based off your own experiences to like register. So that doesn't discount what it is that Mary Cosby is saying for me at the end of the day. And I think that the way that Whitney handled this, I think it just adds more points for me. And it actually added more points for Mary as well. She said, you know what, Mary, you're not Mary. You know what, Whitney, you're actually saying some great things. So good for you. You go, girl. So maybe just slowly they might be mending that bridge that has collapsed between the two of them. They've ordered some trucks, they've hired some people, and they're stirring up that concrete so that they could start patching up the rupture in the bridge between the two of them. I think that Mary was quite brave to bring up this conversation on a franchise that is very white dominated and, with viewers who might, fall on the Lisa Barlow end of the spectrum, which is in deep denial, which is in deep deflection, which is in deep just, shutting down of these sorts of conversations. But luckily we're able to see the Whitneys and the Heathers who stand up and own the truth for what it is at the end of the day. Anyway, guys, that's just my perspective on what went down on part 2 of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion. As usual, I'm more excited to hear what you had to say. So please do make sure to leave all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below and we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.